Carrington. Here's Cunningham up ahead of the field, lays it in, plus the foul, and then Cunningham gets into the face of Dejanay Carrington.
Saturday night in Chicago, the Sky decided basketball alone was not going to be enough. They came to rough Indiana out of the building, and the whole night turned hostile. Even the whistle turned on Caitlin Clark, and suddenly her next game was hanging on one call.
On the drive, finds the cutter, Hines Allen. Now Mitchell, and a technical foul assessed to Caitlin Clark.
She answered the chaos with 26 points and 11 assists. Her teammate rewrote the league record book right beside her, and Chicago dragged the whole fight down to the final 10 seconds. They brought the war. Caitlin Clark brought the answer.
The wrestle the rebound away. Clark, a deep launch, too much on it, no! The bank is open in the friendly confines of United Center.
But before that shot silenced this building, the night opened with history already on the table. Kelsey Mitchell walked in riding 15 straight games of 20-plus points, one night short of a record. And Caitlin put the record chase in motion before Chicago even got settled.
Scoring. And there she is, getting free, cutting and finishing.
The Fever jumped out 6-0, and grabbing her became Chicago's only defense.
Clark looking to take Sheldon, and the foul is called.
Free throws were never going to be enough for her in this building.
Has been helpful, including on the glass.
Clark stuck in the corner, step back three is good.
But this arena had a very different whistle waiting for Caitlin, and she was about to meet it.
They can simply get the direct entry right into Cardoso.
Clark bangs it up and off, again looking for a whistle and not getting it.
Two defenders hit her at the rim, and the officials swallowed the whistle. That was the tone. The scoreboard did not care, because Indiana's big three were on a historic scoring pace. And well, the only whistle the referees could find was a soft one against Caitlin herself.
In one since Carrington has returned. Carrington fading and hitting, plus the foul.
Chicago's next plan was throwing two defenders at her on every single touch.
Who's out today has missed 12. Azare Stevens 9. Timpson lays it in.
Doubling Caitlin Clark just means somebody else eats, and Aaliyah Boston was hungry.
Delivers the ball.
Here's Clark, looking for Boston, finding her wide open for the lay.
But Chicago's frustration kept boiling, and it spilled over in the ugliest way possible.
For Dejanay Carrington. Here's Cunningham up ahead of the field, lays it in, plus the foul, and then Cunningham gets into the face of Dejanay Carrington.
Dejanay Carrington went at Sophie Cunningham's face and never came close to the ball. The officials ruled it a flagrant 2, and Carrington was ejected before the first quarter even ended. Sophie made the flagrant free throw, but Chicago still stole the quarter by a single point. So Caitlin opened the second with the cleanest possible answer to a dirty night.
For them, Sheldon staying on the floor, Clark a deep one, wow!
That three flipped the lead right back, and Kelsey's record chase got its next delivery.
Players in foul trouble.
Layup in the foul! Clark connecting with Mitchell for the and one off the inbound.
Caitlin saved her loudest statement for the deepest part of Chicago's own floor.
So the rebound away. Clark, a deep launch, too much on it, no! The bank is open!
A banked in logo 3 in a building that wanted her gone. Indiana hammered the second quarter 31-19 and carried an 11-point lead into the break. Chicago prayed halftime would cool her off, and she killed that hope immediately.
Getting just her second career start today. Here's Clark through the lane, lays it up and in. Good.
She did that one all by herself and went straight back to fueling the record chase.
She feels like people forget this is essentially like Caitlin's second season. Last year was limited to just 13 games.
Up 13, Caitlin got greedy and started hunting on the defensive end too.
5-second violation there. Clark comes up with a steal. Here is Clark laying it up and in. 19 for Caitlin Clark, and Chicago will take a time.
But Chicago was not folding at home, and they clawed the lead back down to 7. The noise came back into this building, so Caitlin stepped up to quiet it personally.
Then find the open teammate out of it.
Clark into the lane, circling, didn't have anything doing. Will fire the three and knock it down.
But the whistle that would hang over her entire week was coming.
On the drive, finds the cutter, Hines Allen. Now Mitchell, and a technical foul assessed to Caitlin Clark.
A technical foul on Caitlin for running into a referee on her way out of bounds. There were no words and no shove, just momentum, and the call still stood. The replay only made it look worse for the officials, clearly accidental, and the broadcast was about to drop the real weight sitting on that whistle.
And that one is going to put her above the threshold and suspend her for Indiana's game Tuesday against New York.
That was her 8th technical of the season, and 8 means an automatic 1-game suspension. Indiana carried a 9-point lead into the 4th, with that cloud following Caitlin onto the floor. She played through it the only way she knows, downhill and unbothered.
Clark on the drive, bounces underneath, Timpson banks it in, plus the foul.
Chicago kept punching back though, and they cut the lead all the way down to 3, so Caitlin rose into the biggest shot of the night to that point.
And so side out for Indiana. Here's Clark separating, taking, and hitting. Caitlin Clark, 5 of 6.
Back up 7, but the whistle still refused to give her an inch at the rim.
Clark has it taken.
She took clear contact across the arms and got absolutely nothing again, so she stopped asking the referees for help and picked Chicago apart instead.
Clark giving it up, Mitchell, you bet!
That corner 3 pushed Kelsey Mitchell past 20, 16 straight games with 20-plus points, a run no player in league history had ever touched. And Caitlin's half of that graphic was somehow just as ridiculous. She is the only player in league history with 40-plus points and 10-plus assists in one game. 2 record breakers on one roster, and Chicago's answer was still more contact without a call.
Friendship. Here's Clark on the drive, trying to flip it in, looking to get a whistle.
And a crowd of defenders swallowed her in the lane, and the whistle stayed silent. It took Caitlin hitting the floor for the referees to finally remember their job.
Clark nearly lost it. Clark looking for help, and finally gets a whistle. It'll stay here.
And while she picked herself up, the broadcast delivered some hope on that technical. Every technical gets a league review, and after the game, the WNBA rescinded this one completely. No suspension, no game missed. The film told the truth even when the whistle did not. Chicago still had one last push in them, cutting a double-digit lead to a single possession. With the clock dying, the Sky went hunting for Caitlin on the inbound.
Chicago plays this. They can play straight-up defense. They won't leave themselves much time. And now Sheldon will foul Clark.
A 3-point game, 17 seconds left, and the whole night resting on her free throws.
Afterwards said that can't happen. This is on me. And misses again. Big free throw from Clark. That one rattles in.
90-86, and Chicago had one desperate breath left.
Cloud lobs it in. Banham hoists it up. And that will do it. The Fever hang on in a slugfest.
When the horn sounded, Indiana had walked out of the war with the win. Caitlin finished with 26 points, 11 assists, and 5 threes. 25-plus points, 10-plus assists, and 5 made threes for the 8th time in her career. They tried to rough her out of the building, and she ended up running the building instead. Hit that subscribe button, because nights like this are becoming her habit.